Hi, and thank you for joining me on another episode of the Tech Exec Podcast, where I help you create teams worth leading. As always, I'm your host, Ben-Yosef, advisor and consultant to tech execs worldwide. And today, we'll talk about having fun. I want to stress that this is not a kumbaya sort of episode. I will talk about the importance of having fun in your work. However, let's be clear, you cannot expect to always and solely have fun at work. Otherwise, it would not be work. Otherwise, it would not be living. You will not have fun some of the time. You will do things that are a struggle or that you don't enjoy. However, what we're going to be talking about today is the importance of, in general, having fun. I decided to talk about this because, first of all, it's something that I keep telling people and keep telling clients. However, it just so happened in the past couple of weeks, I've talked to a few people who were in this sort of crossroads where they had to make some choices about what they're going to be doing. And this being the end of 2024, a lot of people are thinking about 2025. And I thought this sort of thinking will be useful for you as well. This all starts with the question I ask many people: are you having fun? And I wait and see what they answer. I will say that it is extremely rare for someone to just tell me point blank no and say that they need to change positions or change company or change something radically. Most of the time, people say yes. The question is what sort of a yes I'm getting. And sometimes, I'm guessing just because I asked this question, I opened a loop in your mind and you're thinking about this as well. Are you having fun? Even if you're saying yes automatically, I want you to consider. And for many people, after I ask this, asking them again a week or so later, I see that having thought about it some more, they realize the depth of the question. Having fun is not about, do you like the people in the office? That's not necessarily what fun is about. The question is, are you still energized by what you're doing? The simplest question might be, it's the start of the week. Here it's Sunday. For most people, it's Monday. Are you energetic, motivated, or are you put out? Do you just wait to get back to work? Or do you wait for the week to end? Are you in the thank God it's Friday camp? Again, work is work. You're not only going to be doing fun things. However, you have to, in the grand scheme of things, if you look at the trend, if you look at the averages, you should be having fun. And this is an issue because so many times we get trapped either by success or by standards and what others would think. The success thing is something that I see people just continuing with momentum they had. People who have had a very successful career and keep doing roles that they're no longer excited to do. People who continue post exit for years working in the acquired startup, even though they no longer really care. They're just continuing on the momentum. Or the second they had a successful startup, they immediately go and start searching for the next one, even though maybe they don't really need to. They can just take a break. And the other way around, which is not about success, but about expectations from others, is when we're thinking, what would others think? What would others say if I stop? Well, I'll tell you what I'll say. Good on you. I don't think that, for example, sticking with leadership roles, if you're not enjoying it, makes sense. I just had a client where we talked about the importance of realizing that sometimes it's not meant to be, and that's fine. You can just decide to switch lanes. You can decide you don't want to be a high powered executive. You can decide you don't want to be a founder of a startup again. For a while, you'd like to be an IC again. You'd like to get back to coding. There's nothing bad about that. That's not wrong. It's actually, I think, rejuvenating because in life, we can't get back to being kids, but in our careers, we can return to different stages. We can go in different directions. We can try a bunch of things, and that's amazing. So stop thinking about what others would think and decide the path that's right for you. And again, this does not have to be a one-time decision that's irreversible. You can go back to being an IC and then take leadership positions again. I've seen it countless times. It's not something that you cannot change your mind about later. Yeah, it might be a tad harder. You'll be good. Good people find good work. That's something that I believe is an axiom in our industry, and I'm very grateful for it. You need to be too. So stop doing things just because you're worried others would look at you crookedly. But in addition, do not do things because you're worried about others, about how they would feel. Do not be a martyr. No one needs a martyr at work. Whenever I work with a martyr CTO or VPE, I see that they think they're doing the right thing. They're taking care of their people. They're suffering for months or years just because they care about their team. But, deep inside, the team knows that something is wrong. And people are no longer having the same sort of fun. People are no longer as engaged and motivated, and you're just wasting your life. Life is too short to just be a martyr, to keep on going in a specific route just because you made a decision years ago. So, even if you're a co founder, even if you're a CTO, it doesn't mean that you are committed to staying in this company forever. You can decide to switch lanes and go in the direction that best fits you. Think about that and how you can do that so that in 2025, hopefully, you can have a better time and you can do things that you actually enjoy doing as opposed to wasting your life one day at a time. I hope that this message will get you thinking. If you need someone to talk to about wherever you're having fun and what would be more fun, you have my email in the show notes of this episode. And as always, if you'd like some more bombs to make your head explode and think about your process, your career, your direction as a tech leader, check out my newsletter. It's the best newsletter online for tech executives. Thank you. I'll be here next week.